Hey guys, David D here from the Get a Clue Classroom, and thanks for joining us. Thanks for taking out the time. And I wanted to talk to you about, over the next 16 weeks, I'm going to be presenting to you teaching classes, online classes about marketing, promotion, and things like that. Now, I'm just starting out with Google Hangouts, and I'm not sure if I'm going to continue recording these classes using Google Hangouts. I'm not sure, and the reason being is because I want to give you a better quality video. Okay, and I'm looking at this and I'm saying the lighting is not good. You know, using this, I'm using a Logitech webcam, and I thought that was going to do the trick. It's an HD camera, but it doesn't have white spacing, or white balancing on it. It doesn't autofocus, so I'm not sure I like the quality picture of it. So I'm not sure if I'm going to, maybe what I'll do is just do an introduction and then switch over my screen to the video. You know, I'm not sure. Like, let me give you an example. I'm going to switch over to the Get a Clue Classroom here. Now, what is the Get a Clue Classroom? All right, the Get a Clue Classroom is all about teaching you how to prosper online, how to generate income from the comforts of your own home. Now, this is a spin-off of the Get a Clue marketing show. Okay. Now, the reason why I came up with this concept is there are thousands and thousands of people out there that don't have jobs, they don't have work. I know what that's like. You know, I've been an entrepreneur since 1987, and I'm going to go through that in this presentation. But my point is there are so many people that don't have a clue of what they're doing. They don't know how to spend effective marketing. You know, they're spending money on outdated offline material that's just not going to bring in results, and even more, they can't test that very good too. So anyway, so let's get started with the presentation. You know, again, welcome to the Get a Clue Classroom, and you can check out, you can sign up and register for free over at the getaclueclassroom.com. Okay, and I'll talk to you more about that. So let's get started. You know, what we're going to do is over the next 16 weeks, God willing, I'm going to give you some classes that you can do. You know, they could be 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Heck, it could be 20 minutes, you know, regardless. I want you to learn fast and learn quick, okay? So some of the things that we're going to go over is, you know, making money online, you know, turning your passion into profits, okay? Here's some samples that I'm going to go over. How to make 1,500 hours per week using video marketing, how to become an entrepreneur, how to be financially independent, how to make money at home, online and off, how to market yourself so that you can make more money. You know, how to brand yourself so that you become the most popular in the social networks and things like that. These are all things that you can do either for free or for paid. You know, once you learn these tactics, you can start your own business out of your own home. Heck, if you got a laptop or a tablet, you can do this at the library where they have Wi-Fi. Excuse me. So, yeah, by the way, it's Labor Day, 2014, and, you know, I don't feel too good right now, but I am pressing through. And that's one of the things that you have to do as an entrepreneur, a business owner, is you have to press through to the goal because nobody else is going to do it for you, okay? I learned that real quick, real early, okay? So now, the big why. Why am I doing these classes? Okay, so no, you know, number one, you guys need help. Okay, you need more money. You need a better lifestyle. You're looking for a new skill or a new career. You need a solution to get out of debt. Okay, and you need to learn how to make money out of your house, out of your apartment, wherever you are. You need to be able to reinvent yourself and build your business from reinventing yourself. You know, use it as a journal, as a process. Okay, making that money just doesn't come overnight. It takes, you know, it takes some practice and it takes some learning. That's why I'm doing this. So whatever it is that you need, this is specialized knowledge. Okay, and when you put it into practice, there's formulas, there's testing that's already been done, there's case studies upon case studies. And we'll share that along with you over the next 16 weeks, okay? So you definitely want to pay attention. And, you know, if you put this stuff in practice, you will have a healthy, wealthy lifestyle, okay? So let's talk about the demand. You know, knowledge is power. Some people would, you know, say money is power, but, you know, you need the knowledge to know what to do with that money when you get it, okay? Like reinvesting, investing in yourself and things like that, you know. The more you know, the more valuable you're going to become. And like I said, you have to reinvent yourself to make yourself, you know, come across like you know what you're doing, you know. When I left the corporate arena, well, I'll talk to you about that later, but it's all about you learning a new skill, a new trade, okay? Because let me tell you something. Jobs are scarce out there, and if you don't have a skill, if you're a laborer, have been a laborer all your life, it's going to be hard for you to get a job because they're a dime a dozen, really. So in these classes, in the Get a Clue classroom, we teach you new skills, okay? More people are going back to school in their 40s and 50s. This is almost unheard of right now because they need to reinvent themselves, you know? You know, it's amazing. I got a friend of mine that does online, I'm sorry, not online, but he teaches for a college up in Raleigh. And he said that, you know, these people that are older, they're the baby boomers that need, you know, to start a business. They're entrepreneurs. Maybe you're in that age group. Maybe you're looking to make extra money, but you don't know how to do it. Well, I'm going to show you that. And then, again, the demand of people being unemployed is just unimaginable. I was looking at the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and we'll go over that too soon. And they said that, you know, 4.3 million people are out of work, and only 62% of that got re-engaged with work over the summer, but that's about to change. So, you know, the demand is there. You know, we always, you know, when you're doing this, the first thing that you have to start thinking about is the problem. What is the problem? What's the biggest problem about learning a new skill? You know, it's a learning curve. You know, just like these Google Hangouts, you know. I think it's great that I can share my screen with you. I think it's great that it's free and I can chat with you. But the quality of the live video, I'm not sure about that. Anyway, excuse me. Again, I'm going through a cold, so it's kind of tough. Anyway, let's go back to the biggest problem. You know, people are spending money on classes for colleges that offer it online, and I'm not, you know, discouraging those classes. But let me give you an example. You know, somebody in their mid-40s is taking a psychological class for a degree, and it's not in demand. I am telling you, it's not in demand. Thousands of college graduates all over this country from this last graduation in May, they're out there and they cannot find a job. I mean, it's pretty scarce out there for psychological degrees. And in fact, you know, I have a friend of mine that I worked with in the cable business, and she had a 4-year bachelor's psychology degree. And you know what she was doing? She was helping people with their bills in the cable business and taking their orders and dealing with cranky people online. I mean, on the phone. And, you know, she paid about $45,000 in tuition for a degree in psychology, and she was doing customer service. I mean, that's part of it, but let me tell you something. I mean, there's not a big a big demand for that. So the other thing is it takes too long. Textbook style learning is just too long. And it's all about memorization. It's all about knowing the facts and knowing this and knowing that. It's going to take you 2 to 4 years to get that piece of paper that does not guarantee you that job when you go out there in the field. So my courses, think of these courses as street smart courses, okay? That you need something that's fast and furious. All these online courses can take you a few hours to learn. You're going to be able to practice and do what I do. Practice what you learned and be able to master it. Once you master it, then the door is wide open. The sky, the space is the limit, right? You're going to learn how to use this specialized software. I teach you software on like Sony Vegas Pro, which is where you videotape yourself and you can add different special effects. Now maybe you don't like videotaping. You don't have to get in front of the camera. I'm going to teach you all these things with that software. Plus there's music software that you can use. You can make background music. I'm really, as you can tell, I'm really into video and music. I've been a musician all my life too, over 30 years. I went to college, and when I went to college, I got my degree in marketing. It was all about memorization and knowing terms, formulas, and history. And it was great for college exams, but like I said, the real exam is out there in the field, out there in the real world. A college degree is not going to help you without experience. But it does tell the employer that you can be taught, okay? That's about it. But you want to know what the first question is that they're going to ask you. Where is your experience? How much experience do you have? Now, if you're an intern, this is going to be great. You want to sign up to the Get a Clue Marketing the Get a Clue Classroom.com. That's the Get a Clue Classroom because you want to find out and you want to learn fast, okay? I just gave you a comparison here of the bottom line. Street smarts versus book smarts, okay? Street smarts are, you're going to start faster, you're going to fail faster, you're going to profit faster, you're going to pay off debt even faster, okay? You could be in college right now and pay that debt before you're even out of college. So that's good news, isn't it? But with book smarts, you're going to start slower, you're going to fail longer, you're going to have no common sense because only experience can give you that. You're going to be complacent, and there are unsecured jobs out there that does book smarts, okay? So I just wanted to give you that. Like I said, on both sides of the fence. I have experience and I have book smarts. So I'm telling you from experience, all right? Again, don't get me wrong, education is great. You have to have that in the back pocket. You have to take some business courses, but I'm telling you to get started quickly, you need to start online. My marketing education started in 1986 in high school, and it was a 2-year marketing accredited course that absolutely changed my life. I love marketing. It was better for me to learn from someone who had experience too in the field than the book smarts. But the book smarts taught me the terms, like demographics, psychographics, segmented marketing, target marketing. I needed to know all these terms, okay? So, excuse me. Book smarts are good for learning terms and definitions, okay? All right, let me give you a brief background of my experience so that you can listen to me on these ongoing classes, okay? My first business was 1987, and it was called Clearwater Associates, and it was my first MLM marketing experience, network marketing, buying products, buying volume, and handing it off, selling it to my friends and family, okay? And when that wore out, then I had to make some cold calls. And boy, that was tough. I got to tell you, it was tough. This is back then. This is 1987, guys. We had fax machines back then, but we did not have email, internet. The only time I used a computer back then, it was a Commodore 64. It was to print out my reports and my exams for college. That's it. I played games on the computer. That's it. So I had to learn hardcore selling, going through the phone book, going down the addresses, looking up wealthy addresses. And then to convince them to come into their home and to drop off a water filter so they would learn that. I mean, to experience what that's like to have that filter in their house. It was tough, I dreaded it. And it's one of those bad experiences of having a fear, okay, a fear of selling. And let me tell you something, when you're an entrepreneur, that's one of your biggest obstacles is fear. Fear of what you know, fear of what you don't know. And, cold calling somebody, that's hard, And so that's why I'm hesitant to do selling at all. I'd rather teach, and then if you like what I teach and you can use that knowledge, then go ahead and purchase something. But for me to ram it down your throat, I just don't like that type. Anyway, I also learned about tax benefits of businesses and things like that. That was really awesome to learn how many things that you could write off about gas and food out of town and expense trips. If you're visiting a vendor, that's all write-offs, and I love that. Excuse me. Then in 1990, I moved down to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Let me tell you something. It was a dream of mine back in '76 when I went to Disney World. I wanted to go to a place where everybody wanted to be. And I thought, wouldn't it be great if I could work at Disney World every day? I think that every kid's dream when they go to the amusement park. But it's not that way, as older you get. So anyway, I wanted to move at the beach, and that's where I was. I graduated with a marketing degree, left Connecticut during a recession. They had nothing going on for me, fresh out of college. It was an act of faith. Let me tell you something. When you pack up everything and you drive down to another state that you've been once, that's a pretty leap of faith, a pretty good leap of faith. And, now I'm living the dream. I live down here at the beach where everybody, I think there's 4.6 million people or 1.2 million. I don't know. There's a lot of people come down here. You can look up the stats. 1991 was my first corporate job, and it was great, man. I started out as a ground level as a CSR, customer service rep, in the top 5 cable companies in the world. Okay, my name was Jones Intercable. Let me tell you something, man. It was the greatest experience because I learned corporate etiquette. Okay. Let me tell you something about corporate etiquette. When you go for an interview with a corporate company, you have to know the right terms, know what to say, know your skills, know your strengths, know your weaknesses, because that's what they're going to be asking you, okay? You need to have experience with reports, because that's what I was doing, I was involved being a pay-per-view manager, and I was in charge of everything that had to do with pay-per-view. The charges, the refunds, the sporting events with Mike Tyson and WrestleMania, all the movies, and it was great. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It was a great 5 years, But then, bureaucracy got in the way and politics got in the way, and I got tired of that. I'm an entrepreneur at heart, During my time there, I wanted something on the side because, in Myrtle Beach, you need to have something on the side because many people, unless you own your own business down here, you're struggling, okay? So in 1992, I started my second business called D&D Distributors. And it was a mail order business. I was selling gift items out of a catalog. You probably heard of the company called SMC. They had an infomercial back then that you could get started for 40 bucks. They give you all the tools, they give you samples, they give you catalogs. I signed up. And that was my experience in classified ads, writing ad copy and things like that. You know, you need to learn how to do ad copy to sell products, okay? Whether it's your book, whether it's your artwork, it doesn't matter. You know, you need to learn that. I was doing that from catalogs. And, you know, I had inventory. I had to learn inventory and sales forms and dealing with billing and all that good stuff. That was in 92. 92, you know, mail order business was my dream. It was my dream to be financially independent out of my house, okay? How many people out there, you raise your hands, if you wanted to be independent, financially independent, working from your spare bedroom? I mean, it's, you know, it was my dream, so I went for it. Okay. The good, the bad, the ugly. All right, this was good, but it was, you know, it was kind of bad at the same time. But actually, there was nothing bad about it, except I got tired of the bureaucracy, like I was telling you. All right, and in 1996, I left corporate America, and you know, it was just he said, she said, office work, water cooler talks and stuff like that. It was just they demanded more paperwork, more data, more data. They thought that was going to cure whatever problem they had. Give me a report on that. I got tired of that. So, you know, I started selling gift items. You know, I took it to the next level. I went out to all the gift shops along the Grand Strand of Myrtle Beach, down in Charleston, Mount Pleasant, Wilmington. I went everywhere selling my wares, you know. It was like the old-time, old-school way of doing something, you know, introducing yourself. And you know what? I'll do a training later on about, you know, how to introduce yourself to store owners, to business owners, how to make, how to be able to create in 30 seconds a first impression that will get you in the door, okay? You know, I learned about competition really quick when it came to gift items, because the store owners were buying their gifts at trade shows, and I was like, oh no, I can't compete with this unless I go on the road and become a you know, a manufacturing rep on the road. That was tough. So I learned about shipping and credit and debt and more write-offs, which was awesome. 1997, okay, I started a new business because I got involved with a partner. I had to shift gears, you know. I had to go real quick, you know. And let me tell you something: when you're a entrepreneur, you have to change with the market. I mean, you have to change wherever the market's going. You have to change. So, like I said, I didn't want to do trade shows. I didn't want to go on the road. I had a family, and I did not want to stay away from my wife. So I needed a quick change, and I went to ad specialties. Now, ad specialties, every business, every school, every college, every mom and pop needed ad specialties, okay? What is an ad specialty? It's promotional items, things like pens and bookmarkers and desk items and trophies and banners and T-shirts and all that stuff. So you definitely want, you know, I got into promotions, okay? Now, I would listen to this, and I was baffled by this. I did a lot of education to those people that were salespeople that got promoted to marketing director. So I was meeting these marketing directors that didn't have a clue about why they needed ad specialties, you know? Why they needed a giveaway. Why did they needed a promotional item that would bring them in the door? And I had to educate them on this. I mean, this is what it was about. I enjoyed it. I met a great mentor up in New York City on Fifth Avenue. And his name, believe it or not, is Jason Alexander. He's awesome. He's had a great business. He started selling T-shirts and then got into ad specialties, and he's a millionaire. I loved it. I love that relationship. So anyway, I got to know a lot of corporate people, small businesses, things like that. On the side, I started my first website called Inspiration Station. This is my first introduction into internet marketing. This is 1997, okay? I learned about email marketing, banner ads, eBay, Amazon. I started selling books from Amazon. I started an eBay business with my wife. I mean, it was great. Again, we had our ups and downs, and you know, 1997 to 2005, I got into the cable business. Now, the reason why I did this, ladies and gentlemen, is because the gift items and the ad specialties, I had to split that money with a partner, and you know, if I was making $1,500 a week, I had to split that, you know, and then I had to pay my costs. So I just want to let you know this is why you have to transition. You have to see things in the horizon. So here's how I got back into the cable business as a contractor, okay? I went over to my buddy's house, and he needed help pre-wiring a high-rise, okay? Now those high-rises, you know, are 20 feet, 22 stories high, and you know, they were able to drop cables in the walls, and that's what's called a pre-wire to hook up the cable TVs. So I went over there, and he said, "Yeah, I need help Saturday morning. I'll pay you $4 a wire." Okay. Now the wires were like 8 feet long. Some of them were 10 feet long, and they were basically cable jumpers, and they went from room to room, and you know, from floor to floor. Okay. Now on the floor to floor wires, I really don't want to bog you down with this, but I want to tell you how much money I was making. We started at 8 o'clock. I was making $4 a wire. And I don't know how many wires comes up to $500 before 12 o'clock, but that's what I made. And when I made that money from 8 o'clock in the morning to 12 o'clock at noontime at lunch, $500, I said, what do I need to do to sign up right now? And that's how I got into cable TV. Great experience. Hard work, but great experience. Great money. I mean, these are the days, 1997. I mean, come on. The building boom down here in North Myrtle Beach, and Myrtle Beach was just skyrocketing. We were busy every day. We would go and wire high-rises, and we would do joint trench. And I'll talk to you more about that later. Okay, I don't want to bog you down with this, but I'm trying to give you my experience. I'm trying to let you know about the money I made and how you can, you know, turn your life around. Okay. Real quickly. Okay. 2005, the bottom fell out. We were a contractor for Adelphia Cable. They went bankrupt. I had to see another change in my life, and I started up a company called Commercial Clean, and it was a cleaning business that did construction cleaning. We were in the construction boom at the time. Building houses were just, people were getting paid to build 3 houses at one time. I mean, it was just crazy. So I made a lot of money doing construction cleaning, and you know, I'm doing it today with not construction cleaning, but commercial cleaning. And you know, later on, I'll come out with a course on how to set up your own cleaning business. It's very easy. You could do it out of your house, and you know, I'll make that later on. But right now, I just want to tell you how I got started with that. I do want to tell you about the multimedia marketing. Okay, this is what I did. I created an e-book presentation or a flip book presentation. And when I was doing that, I copied it to CDs, okay? And then what I did was I went around to the job sites, asked for the builder, and I gave them a CD, okay? I got my first job, my first contract in a week, in 7 days. I am not making this up. I wish, I had proof. I can show you the CD later. But yeah, my first week, got my first contract. You see, everybody comes up to the builder with a business card, but not everybody came up to the builder with a CD of my presentation. This guy was interested. Boom, got the contract. I learned about bidding. I learned about insurance and hiring workers and paying per job, per diem, 1099s. I'm going to teach you all this if you stick with me, okay? I know I'm going long, but I just want to get this out there to give you my business experience so that you can learn from my mistakes, okay? 2006, I still got my cleaning business. My neighbor came along, said I have a law involved with marine construction. I got involved with pile driving, building docks. This dock and this boathouse that you see here, we built that, dude. That was our first major job. Okay, over $100,000. It was so great. It was hard work though, but it was great. Anyway, working on the water, heavy equipment, heavy risks, life-threatening. I had to manage crews, bidding, contracts, insurance. And then the bottom fell out in 2007. I lost practically everything. This was one of my first midlife crises. Okay, losing the cable business was one crisis. This is another crisis, and I'll show you later on how to survive that. I got to tell you, I got back into the cable business for a brief period, about a year and a half. I was doing disconnects and non-pays. I was doing installs and reconnects. I was doing directional boring underneath the roads. I got back into it. Listen to me. When you have a new skill, a new trade, you can fall back on the skill. I had the skill of cable TV. I had the skill of computers and stuff like that and doing software. I had the skill of cleaning. I had the skill of construction. If you don't have these skills, man, I'm telling you it's going to be hard out there. Anyway, I do have a course out there. If you're interested in getting, cable TV, getting into that business, then I will. You can go over to cabletvinstaller.com. That's cabletvinstaller.com. Check it out, and you'll be interested in that. Let's move on now. Okay, 2009 to present. I am in institutional cleaning contract, cleaning schools, I have benefits, and other perks, vacations, and summers off, okay? This is good because in 2010, I was hit with cancer. This is my second midlife disaster, okay? After a failed business, I came down with cancer. I mean, you can't, this is life, people. This is life. And maybe you're going through that with a loved one or somebody like that. You suffered a job loss. You suffered a hit in your family, cancer. Maybe you personally came down with a disease. Let me tell you something. This is no joke, man. If you're laid up and you can't work, you're disabled. If somebody that somebody that's close to you that is disabled, you need to find a way to generate income at home. Otherwise, you'll go stir crazy. You need a purpose. So, I created a cancer-free treatment blog, and I documented my videos. Now, those were videos from a flip video camera. The audio was terrible, but you can, there is proof that I went through it. Okay, so I just want to let you know. I want to be able to help you. If you're in this condition, I may not have the medications and stuff like that, but I'll give you the skills that you need to generate income. I have several people that have cancer, and there's one teacher in particular that has it, and she doesn't know how she's going to pay for her medical bills. So I got to tell you, it's tough, and this is why you want to pay attention. Here's some of my online projects, okay? The Take Action series, Passion to Profits, Get a Clue marketing show, Facebook pages, blogs, etc., online training, the Get a Clue Classroom. I don't even know why that's not even on there, dude. Somebody talk to my producer and get that on there. Anyway, these are just some of my courses that I went through. Now, listen to this. If you're part of the GetAClueClassroom.com, you can have access to this on a monthly basis, okay? Every week, you can, every day, you can check in, find out how to do something, and then practice it, and then move on, okay? So check that out at the end. Oh, here it is. X-Nay on the producer, eh? 2014, Get a Clue Classroom is born. It's online training, buddy. It's marketing, entrepreneurship, leadership, software training, online campaigns, all this stuff that you're going to start learning over these next 16 weeks. And you can start doing it today. Go to the link below, right? Okay. So what's your story? Okay. Have you suffered a job loss? Do you have a health crisis? Do you have a healthy savings account, in case your world blows up? Thousands of people like you are in the same boat. You may be stuck. You may not have a clue on what to do. Between the Get a Clue marketing show and the Get a Clue Classroom, you are going to learn how to get started and, what to do step by step. This is why I want to help you people so that you at least have something. That you can't go when you're old and say, man, I wish somebody came along and taught me this stuff. This is what I'm doing. So you have to subscribe. You have to subscribe to the Get a Clue 777. Okay, that's my channel. Get a Clue 777. All right? You got to always keep learning. Okay? You have to keep learning because when you stop, you diminish your potential. The videos and the screen capture classes will help you get closer to creating and generating a monthly income every single day, every single month. If you want job security, believe in yourself, take initiative, and act on that, okay? All right, so anyway, if you're looking for an online experience, go to the GetAClueClassroom.com. You're going to learn about script writing, social networking, video marketing, life stories, music production, marketing 101, marketing 102. You're going to learn about product creation, all those things, okay? Oh, and by the way, if you want to go and you need something now in your hand, go over to this address. It's bit.ly. That's bit.ly, sorry. It's bit.ly/501 easy ways. 501 easy ways. Pick up that book. You'll be glad you did, and you'll be able to find out what you can do at home right now. Okay, so that's it. That's all I wanted to talk to you about. Again, let's switch gears here. And, I may not be live coming to you because I don't like this setting. I could do a lot better with my other HD camera and things like that. But I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And again, check out the Get a Clue Classroom. Check out the where you can get the 501 easy ways to make home. And check out that link too. This is David D., your instructor over the next 16 weeks. And I hope you learned something about myself. And let's connect. Okay, subscribe at the Get a Clue 777. Okay, thanks again for your time, and we'll talk to you soon.